certainly was Raven's day, wasn't it?
With everything Judge Lewis heard, I can't see that he can make any other decision but award Raven custody.
Look, do you want a drink?
Draper, if Logan does lose the custody trial, do you think he'd really leave Monticello?
I doubt it. Even if he loses the custody battle, he's still going to get visitation rights.
Thank you. Yeah, I think Logan would want to stay as close to Jamie as possible so he could spend every free minute with him.
And all his friends are here. Just out of curiosity, if he did leave, would you be very upset?
What kind of a question is that?
I saw the reaction on your face when he made the announcement.
Yeah, I'd be upset, wouldn't you?
Sure. I don't want him to leave either.
He is your best friend.
And yours too?
Yeah. He's someone we both care about very, very much. Excuse me, Molly, is there something that you wanted?
Yes, I don't really want to interrupt.
Molly,
but,
what is it?
Mr. Scott, a call came in a minute before you arrived from the hospital. It was one of the doctors treating Emily. He wanted to know when you were coming back to see her again.
I was going to go by one day next week.
Oh, dear, he was hoping it would be tonight. Could you, Mr. Scott, please?
Sound like some kind of an emergency.
Well, I don't know if you could exactly call it that, but her condition has changed and maybe for the worse. She's come out of her catatonic state and she's becoming agitated. That's the word he used.
Agitated. That doesn't sound very good.
No, wait a minute. That could be very positive. It could mean that, she's beginning to feel again, coming back into reality.
I don't know exactly what it does mean in terms of the future, but for the moment, the doctor is very concerned about her. She keeps asking to see Mr. Scott. I'm sorry, but you haven't seen her in such a long time, Mr. Scott.
Excuse me, Molly. Is Emily asking to see Draper or Kirk?
Oh, well, I'm not sure. Did the doctor... Well, it really doesn't matter, does it? Do you think you could go and see her, Mr. Scott?
Look, Molly, I'd like to help, but
I knew you'd feel that way.
But I can't do it tonight. Maybe I'll get over there tomorrow.
But the doctor said the sooner the better.
Molly, you know I'm expecting an overseas call from my father. It's very important. I promised him I'd wait for it. You know he just lost his wife.
Yeah, oh, yes, I do know that.
Look, the best I can do is try to get over there after the phone call, but I think that visiting hours...
Excuse me, I have a suggestion. What if I go and see Emily? I could go right now.
Well, Mrs. Scott, it's very nice of you, but she is asking for Mr. Scott particularly.
Well, I think that perhaps she's looking for a friend to talk to, someone she trusts. I think she feels that way about me.
I don't know. Don't you think we should respect her wishes?
I think I'd like to go and see her. I would certainly like to try and see if I could help.
All right. I'm sure it would do some good. Thank you, Mrs. Scott. It's very nice of you to volunteer. I'll just get the elevator.
Hello, sweetheart.
Hello.
You sure you can handle this?
Oh, yeah, I think I'm capable of setting a table. Let's see, the fork goes on the left.
I still say should have sent out for some pizza.
Defrosting hamburger and making patties is not exactly slaving over a hot stove.
How do you feel?
Fine. I'm going to feel a lot better when you stop bugging me. Do me a favor. Go read a medical journal or something, will you?
The only case I'm interested in right now is yours.
Miles, would you stop hovering over me? You're making me feel like an invalid, and I'm not.
Of course you're not.
I just want to do what I can while I can. But I promise you, I'm not going to be stupid about this.
Always knew you had brains as well as beauty.
Miles, what exactly can I expect to happen to me now?
Well, you've been diagnosed as having mild aplasia, which means you'll be having a little bit of weakness, a little bit of fatigue.
Am I supposed to just sit around and hope that this will just go away by itself?
That's probably exactly what it's going to do, yeah.
What about starting me on antigens?
You've been plowing through my books again, haven't you?
I will learn everything I can about what's happening to me.
Look, if Dr. Stewart thought that kind of treatment was warranted, he would have prescribed it.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to tell Dr. Stewart how to treat me, but I do have a vested interest in the outcome of this case.
You have to be worried about right now is the fact that your weakened condition is going to make it easier for you to catch colds, any sort of infection. If you do get any bug, it's going to be harder to shake it, and it might lead to some complication.
I'll button up my overcoat.
So you got to be careful. If you detect any bleeding, like a nosebleed, anything like that, you call Dr. Stewart right away. All right?
I will.
Hey, where's everybody?
Oh, we're down here. Don't say anything to Jody, okay? I don't want her to know.
Oh, now this domestic scene's a sight for sore eyes. It's nice to see things getting back to normal around here.
I agree.
You having dinner with us? We set a place for you.
Oh, I'd love to join you, but duty calls.
Oh, pity the poor working girl.
And unless the bus is waiting for me at the corner, I have an excellent chance of being late.
Well, I'll just put a snack in the refrigerator for you in case you're hungry when you get home, okay?
Thanks, Nicole. Now I feel guilty.
Well, what about?
Well, I should have taken the night off.
Why?
Because it's your first night home from the hospital, and I should be here to help you.
You have a responsibility to the unicorn, and if I need any help at all, I'll just utilize Miles.
I'm the only MD I know with dishpan hands.
Well, don't you worry about that. Just pile the dishes in the sink, and I'll do them.
Oh, thank you, but I don't think it's going to be necessary.
Well, on my next night off, you can really be the lady of leisure. Because yours truly is going to do the cooking. Just don't expect anything too fancy.
Well, fantastic. Thank you very much. But don't worry about me, okay?
How can I not worry about you? You're my sister, and I love you. Besides, it comes with the territory. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Hey, I sure hope you're hungry. Hamburgers a la Nicole are going to be ready very soon.
I am starving.
Would you mind lending me your skilled hands? I can't seem to get this open.
Sure. There you go.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Send me the bill. You know the address. What is happening to me?
Ah, at long last.
Sorry I'm late.
Come over here, young lady.
I had trouble connecting with my bus, and when I finally did, the traffic was terrible.
You know, I've been waiting for you.
Oh, it won't happen again, I promise.
You look very nice tonight, Jody.
Well, thanks. I'll see you later.
Don't
okay?
go. Not yet.
Why? Is there something you want?
Have a drink.
Thanks, but I'll pass.
It's on the house.
That's very nice of you. I have to get into my uniform.
Yeah, aren't you the conscientious one? Look, if the boss tells you it's okay to relax for a few minutes, then hey, it's okay to relax for a few minutes.
I'd rather not.
It's not very prudent to disobey the boss. The boss doesn't wish to drink alone.
All right, just one drink.
Good girl. What will it be?
How about a ginger ale?
Ginger ale. Ginger ale. What would you like in your ginger ale? Some scotch?
No, just some ice. I don't drink.
Well, maybe you should make an exception for a special occasion.
I only put healthful things in my body, Mr. Dorn. I have to keep in top physical condition.
Yeah. For your dancing, no doubt. Okay.
Besides, all liquor tastes like medicine to me.
Well, it's an acquired taste, I suppose. But one well worth acquiring.
Guess that's up to the individual.
Mark my words, you'll change your mind when you get older and wiser. But with your tender years, one can't very well expect you to know how difficult life can be sometimes.
I have a pretty good idea.
But with this magic elixir, things become a little bit more palatable. The bad becomes less bad, and the good becomes even better.
If you say so.
You know, when you've had a few of these, everything looks pink and rosy and lovely. Especially pretty young women.
I really should go and get ready for work now, Mr. Dorn.
I've told you there's no rush. I've also told you to call me Elliot.
If I sit here and talk to you, Kim is going to get stuck doing all the tables, and that doesn't seem fair.
But we said life was fair. Don't worry about Kim. You just sit here and concentrate on enjoying yourself.
Maybe we ought to make this some other time.
I get the distinct impression, Mrs. Travis, that you don't want to make it any time.
Well, to be honest, I feel kind of awkward about all of this.
Oh, is it because of our employer-employee relationship?
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Well, that's no problem. That's easy to fix up. We'll hop into a cab, ride over to another club where nobody knows our identities. What do you say to that, Jody? All I want is a chance to get to know you better.
That's very flattering.
There's this sweetness and innocence about you that I find very appealing.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
Oh, come on, what do you think? I am some sort of a Casanova?
No, I think you're a very handsome man. And you must have at least a dozen women on the string right now.
Oh, I never kiss and tell.
Take that dark-haired woman, for instance, the one that always comes to see you. She's really pretty, don't you think so?
She's a classic beauty, no doubt about that.
Never in a million years could I compete with anybody like her. Why, I just wind up being the ugly duckling in your harem.
So cute. Yeah, won't have to worry about that.
I don't know, it's pretty stiff competition.
You don't have to worry about any kind of competition, Jody. You're a beautiful girl. And you're going to become a beautiful woman.
Mr. Dorn, please don't do this. Please.
Oh, how you doing?
Kelly! Hi!
Oh. Stop by in my office before you leave, will you?
Happened again, didn't it?
What happened again?
That Lech made another pass at you.
No, that didn't happen at all.
I told him to stay away from you.
Kelly, would you stop worrying about me so much?
Looks like Dorn isn't going to learn until somebody teaches him a lesson.
Kelly, I can handle it. All by myself.
Yeah, well, girls think that they can. Till they meet a creep that won't take no for an answer.
I appreciate your concern, Kelly, but it isn't necessary.
Look, just be careful around Mr. Playboy. Will you do that for me?
Sure, I always am.
If he tries to hurt you, if he as much as hints that he might, I want to know about it.
Kelly, would you stop worrying about it?
Jody, it hurts me to see you get hassled like this.
It's nice to know there's a few gentlemen left in this world.
I really care about you, Jody.
You know, that's the first time you've said so.
No, that's not true.
It is, too. The first time I heard it, it came from a puppet.
Emily? Hi.
What are you doing here?
Well, I heard you were feeling better, and I thought I'd come to visit.
Well, I don't want to see you. I want to see Kirk. Go away.
Well, can't we talk a little?
No. Go home and tell Kirk to come here. I want to speak to Kirk.
Emily, Draper was going to come and see you this evening, but he has to wait for an important phone call, so I'm afraid he won't be here.
Well, we have some important things to talk about, too.
Fine, you can tell me, and I can tell Draper.
It is none of your business. We have to talk about plans. We have to start making plans for the future. For our future.
Emily, there is no Kirk.
You would like me to believe that, wouldn't you?
No.
But I know different.
No, listen to me. There's only Draper. And Draper is my husband. He's not yours. I know you know that.
What I know is that you want to keep Kirk for yourself. That's why you're telling me all these lies about him.
No, listen, that couldn't be further from the truth.
No, you are keeping Kirk from seeing me. You think if he doesn't see me, he'll forget about me and he'll stay with you. Well, you are wrong. No matter how hard you try to keep him away from me, it won't work. Because Kirk loves me, and he'll be here. You just wait and see.
Why, thank you, Oscar, and good evening to you. I see. Hold on while I tell him.
Who's that?
You have a visitor, Mr. Scott. Deborah Saxon from the police department.
Oh, right. Have her sent right up.
Yes, have her come right up, Oscar. Thank you.
Molly, why don't you go in the kitchen and make us some coffee?
Of course.
Hi, Deborah. Oh. Come on in. You know, you just missed April. She went to the hospital to talk to Emily.
Oh, well, that's okay. I came here to see you anyway. Yeah. Well, actually, I wanted to talk to your father. He hasn't called yet, has he?
No, not yet. I'm expecting him any minute. Sit down, please.
Thank you.
Now, what's all this about? Something to do with Nadine's accident?
Well, yes. There are certain unanswered questions regarding the accident.
Oh, come on. You don't think there's anything deliberate? You can't think that she committed suicide.
Don't you think it's a possibility?
No, of course not. No, I know I'm positive. Nadine was a very strong woman. She didn't get any real bad news after her stay in the hospital, and what she had was definitely curable.
Mm-hmm. Well, to tell you the truth, I don't think it was deliberate either.
Then what do you think? Must be my father. Hello? Yes, operator. Put the call through. I always liked Nadine. She was very kind to me. You have our sympathies.
You can imagine my shock when I heard. I was inconsolable for days, but I'm beginning to come out of it now.
I was hoping that I might get a chance to see you, if you came over here to accompany the Ashes back to England.
Well, my first reaction was to drop everything and catch the first plane stateside. But Raven informed me that she was taking care of all the unpleasant arrangements.
That she did.
And that left little purpose in my making the trip. And since I was in the middle of some very important litigation, it seemed I could do more here, taking care of business and consoling Nadine's many friends.
Well, that makes sense. I know this is a bad time for this, but would you have a few minutes to talk to a friend of mine? It's a police officer.
Police?
Yes. Deborah Saxon. You do remember her?
Oh, yes.
Well, she's doing an investigation about Nadine's accident.
Very well, I'll talk with her.
Thanks.
Mr. Scott.
Yes.
Very sorry to have to speak to you under these conditions, but
Sure.
I'll try to be brief.
I'm rather perplexed, Deborah. Since when does the local constabulary go around investigating accidents?
We look into all traffic accidents that result in fatalities.
Well, that makes sense, I suppose.
Mr. Scott, we have yet to pinpoint the cause of your wife's death. Now, apparently there wasn't any mechanical malfunction, and whatever thought we had as to a physical ailment being the cause of your wife's loss of control of the car was made impossible to validate by your stepdaughter's insistence on having the body cremated.
I'm sorry to make your job more difficult, but Raven and I were simply carrying out Nadine's wishes. A speedy cremation was what she wanted. It was mentioned in her will.
Then you have read your wife's will?
Yes, it was read by her solicitor just the other day. To my chagrin.
Why do you say that?
My darling wife left me a porcelain vase, which I'd admired for years, and the family photo album. Rather meager bequests, don't you think?
Is it true that Raven is to receive nothing? She told me that herself.
Well, yes. Her name wasn't mentioned once, as a matter of fact.
Well, your wife was an exceptionally wealthy woman.
She had more than enough to stuff every mattress in merry old England.
Well, assuming that you can't take it with you, what did happen to all those millions?
Time to put you to beddy by, young man. I thought it would be nice if you could stay up and say goodnight to Mommy, but if she... Oh, there she is. It's about time.
Hello, Mrs. Twilly. Hi, Jamie. How's my precious little baby, huh?
Mrs. Swift, we were about to file a missing persons report.
I'm sorry I'm late. I know it was inconsiderate of me not to call, but it has been quite a day.
How did things go at the custody trial?
They couldn't have gone better. I feel like I'm walking on air.
You do seem to be in good spirits.
My lawyer said it was all over but the shouting.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks. We've been celebrating over dinner, but now we want to go to the Electric Balloon, so if you could just stay for a few hours, I'd really appreciate it.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Swift, but I hate to be a party pooper, but I can't.
I won't be gone late.
But, Mrs. Swift, if you'll remember, my daughter is visiting me from Boston, and she's going back tomorrow, and we did make plans for the evening.
Okay, I know you want to spend some time with your family. Here, I'll pay you. There you go.
Thank you. And if you need a sitter for JB again, you have my number.
Okay, I'll call. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Hello, Mr. Moneybags. How are you? I have some wonderful news for you. After what happened today in the courtroom, the judge is going to make you mine forever and ever. And you and I are going to have such a good time together. We really are. Hello?
Guess who, darling?
Ansel? Is that you?
One and the same.
I can't believe it. It's so good to hear your voice. Where are you, in London?
When I last looked out the window, that's where I was.
Well, how are you?
Concerned, thank you.
What's the matter?
I had a rather puzzling transatlantic telephone communication a few hours ago from Monticello.
Concerning what?
Raven, what's going on over there? Why was a police detective asking me about Nadine's will?
I bet I know exactly who it was asking those questions. Was it a female detective named Saxon?
I think you're a mind reader. You know something about all this.
Never mind that. Exactly what did you tell her?
She now knows that my inheritance from my dear departed wife was meager, to say the least, but a king's ransom compared with what she left you.
What else did you tell her?
Not much. When I became inquisitive, she became evasive. So I told the lady it was none of her bloody business and terminated the conversation.
Great, so she doesn't know where the money's going?
Oh, I mumbled something about charities, which was true enough. Your mother did leave several £1,000s to the orphans or the Pekingese or something of that nature. But surely you know who gets the bulk of the estate.
Yes, I certainly do. My lovely little baby boy.
Your little precious baby boy. By the way, how are the custody proceedings going?
Fabulously, thank you.
I'm sure that pleases you, knowing how much you dote upon your little child. Anyway, you haven't answered my question. Why are the police so interested in Nadine's bequests?
It has nothing to do with the police. Detective Saxon is misusing her authority to try to make trouble for me.
And why should you do that?
It's really just a sort of female rivalry kind of thing. You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Look, she's jealous of me, that's all. I think she has a crush on Logan, so now she's trying to dig up all these innuendos to try to help me lose the custody fight.
But she's not succeeding?
No, I am going to win, believe me.
And so you win the jackpot. Tell me, darling, what will you do with all that money?
Why, I'm going to give Jamie everything he wants.
How thoughtful.
Mm-hmm. Everything he wants. Including round-the-clock nursemaids, the best money can buy. And then I'm going to be free. I'll be free for the first time in my life to do anything I want.
I was under the impression that you've been doing precisely that since the day I met you.
You know, Ansel, I could take a little trip to London. How would you feel about that?
I can't think of anything I'd like more.
We could have one of those little family reunions with lots of hugging and kissing.
I look forward to it. You know how I always enjoy entertaining my stepdaughter.
Yes. I would like to ask you one question, though.
What would you like to know?
Well, I heard a nasty little rumor from Geraldine Saxon that you were having a hot and heavy affair with a young fashion model.
Those older women certainly do have vivid imaginations.
So it's false, then?
Of course, my dear.
Well, I thought she was just being catty, but I wanted to hear it from you.
Well, now you have, Raven, so fear no more. Listen, it's terribly late on this side of the Atlantic, so I'm going to ring off now. Good luck with the custody trial. Let me know how it turns out.
I'll do that, darling.
And if you do hop a jet and pop over, call me first, so I'll be prepared. I'll need some time to roll out the red carpet.
Okay, good night, baby.
Good night, Raven. Oh, no need to do that yourself, love. Wouldn't want you to break a nail or anything tragic like that, would we?
I am going to put a stop to this once and for all.
Hello.
Hi, Derek. I have to see you.
Oh, Raven, not tonight, please. I've had a tough day and I'm bushed. I'm just going to do a little bit of reading and then I'm going to bed.
Derek, this is very important.
Can't live without me, right?
I am serious. Something is happening. I have to speak to you.
You know, just once I'd like to hear you say, Derek, I have to see you. It's something absolutely trivial. Whatever it is, it can't be that
Derek, please.
All right. Just for a little while. Where do you want to meet?
Stay right where you are. I'll be right over. Bye-bye. Great, now I need another babysitter. Jamie, I just wish you were old enough to put on a couch in front of a television set, throw a bag of potato chips in your hands. This is really desperation. But it's worth a shot.
Hello.
Hello, April. I'm so glad you're home.
Raven, you and I have nothing to say to each other.
Please don't hang up. I realize there's been a slight strain in our relationship, but brace yourself. I'm going to ask you for a favor.
Don't waste your breath.
No, wait, just give me a chance. I need a babysitter, and I was wondering if you could send Molly over for a few hours.
I don't believe you. Raven, I am not running a babysitting service. Molly works for me, and I need her.
Okay, I guess I'll just have to call off my meeting with Logan.
What meeting?
Well, my lawyer decided it would be a good idea if I sat down with Logan and tried to work out a compromise.
I see.
And I guess I'll just have to let the judge decide about the visitation rights and all that, but I did think I could give Logan a better deal.
Why can't he come over to your place?
He's working late at the office.
Listen, hold on a minute. I'll talk to Molly and see what she can do.
Great.
Fill her up, Joey.
Here you go, boss.
Thank you. Don't venture too far. I might need your services again tonight.
I hope you don't mind me saying so, boss, but aren't you starting a little early on that sauce?
Charlie, as far as I'm concerned, I got two alternatives. One, I drown my sorrows. Two, I join the French Foreign Legion. Seeing as I don't even like the beach, I don't think I'd react well to desert life. Cheers.
So you got a problem? Who doesn't?
Oh, Charlie, why do women have to be such unreasonable creatures? Can you explain that?
Well, that's like asking me why the sky is blue. Don't worry about Mr. Dorn. Everything will work out.
I got a solution, though.
Mr. Dorn, if you figured out how to handle the opposite sex, you ought to put it down in a book and you'll make $1 million.
It's quite simple, really. When you have problems with one woman, you just turn to another woman.
Right on.
Kelly.
Thanks. What's this for?
That's in case you or your puppet gets a frog in your throat. Hey, I just realized something.
What's that?
What happens to your frog puppet?
I give up what?
He gets a peephole in his throat.
Cute. It's not very original, but cute.
Well, I tried. What's the matter? You don't seem to be in a very good mood tonight.
Dorn's mood is the one I'm worried about.
What are you talking about?
I don't like the way he's acting tonight.
Seems to be as sleazy as usual.
Take a good look at him. He's half bombed already.
Well, hopefully he'll go into his office and pass out. Leave us in peace tonight.
No, I doubt it. Have you noticed the way he's been looking at you?
No. I try not to look at that man.
Those bloodshot eyes of his haven't been off you all evening long. And he's been leering at you more than usual. That's possible.
Big deal.
It is a big deal.
Kelly, would you stop worrying about me?
Look, Jody, I know what's going on in that man's dirty little mind, and I don't like it.
Forget about Elliot Dorn. Just concentrate on your puppets. Kelly, that's the most important thing right now.
Okay, but you just watch out for him, all right?
Okay. Now can we get back to doing what we get paid for?
Thanks for the drink and the joke.
You're welcome. Have a good show.
You bet.
This time I'm playing another style of piano. This kind of jazz has a special name. Are you ready for this?
Jody?
It's called...
Oh, Mr. Dorn, you startled me.
Enjoying the show?
Yeah.
Let me
Listen,
tell
I
you about
was wondering if after the club closes tonight, you could stay behind a little while.
What for? There aren't any private parties or anything tonight.
No, but I was thinking maybe we could have a little drink.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dorn, I can't.
You're gonna disappoint me again, Joan.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to.
What if I made that in order?
That's right, an ostinato.
You can't order me around like that. If you tried, I'd quit. If you'll excuse me.
This ostinato in my left hand, and then I play the melody part with my right hand.
Give me one for the road, Charlie. Make it a double.
So when
You're splitting a little early, aren't you, tonight, Mr. Dorn?
Got things to take care of.
Hope you don't think I'm prying, but where are you heading off to?
What's it to you?
Because I don't think you're in such great shape to drive, that's what.
Just pour the drink, Johnny.
You're the boss.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the boss.
It's all right, everybody. Elliot, what's the matter?
You walked in here like a volcano getting ready to erupt. Let's hear it.
We should have held this little meeting in your office because I would like to file a formal complaint against Detective Saxon.
I should have known it was Deborah. What has she done now?
I thought that woman was supposed to stop harassing me about my mother's death.
I was under the impression she had given up that investigation.
The harassment has continued, and believe me, I want to stop to it, Derek, right now.
What has she done to set you off now?
You know what she had the nerve to do?
No, but I got the feeling you're going to tell me.
You're right, I am going to tell you. She called London, England, talked to my stepfather, and tried to find out about my mother's will.
Are you sure about that?
She is obsessed. She is still trying to prove that I'm responsible for my mother's death.
I can't believe there's anything personal in this. Deborah is just trying to find an explanation for your mother's death.
I thought you were going to put a stop to this. I think you ought to talk to her and in a very loud tone of voice.
All right. I'll talk to her again.
Can't you see what she's trying to do? She wants Logan to get Jamie. She testified against me in the courtroom. How could you have let that happen?
There is no proper way to prevent that. She's still a private citizen as well as a police officer.
Well, she wants to take away my son as well as my freedom.
Now, that's ridiculous.
It is not. It's true. She'll do anything to hurt me. I feel like I'm being persecuted in some sort of a police state. My lawyer was right. I don't have any friends in this town, not even you.
Raven, I'm trying to be your friend, but you don't make it easy.
Well, you know why. Because I want you to be more than just a friend. And you know it. And you don't care.
Of course I care.
Then why don't you show it? Derek, can't you see how alone I am? I'm so scared.
Hey, take it easy. Everything's gonna be all right. You'll see.
Oh, it feels so good when you hold me.
I guess you've had enough, haven't you, tonight? All right. Oh, you are such a lovely little boy. Oh, if your mommy would only spend more time with you, she'd know what she was missing. Well, I guess that, knowing your mommy a little, I guess that's expecting just a little bit, and too much. Oh, James, we have company. Excuse me, just a minute. Yes, who is it, please?
Elliot, darling, let me in.
Elliot, who? What can I do for you? Elliot, who?
I'm Elliot Dawn, a friend of Mrs. Swift.
Oh, Mr. Dawn, I'm so sorry. I know who you are.
Who might you be?
Oh, Molly. Molly Sherwood.
Hello, Molly.
Yeah.
Raven has told me a lot about you.
Well, I'm always happy to be of help.
Molly, could you... Hello, Jamie. Could you do me a favor and tell Raven I'm here?
Well, I couldn't do that.
Why not?
Mrs. Swift is out.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm quite sure. I'm sitting here looking after Jamie until she gets back.
Are you sure she's not hiding in the bedroom?
Oh, why would she do that?
Oh, no, I just meant... When I spoke to her last, she said she was tired from the day in court and that she was going to sleep.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, that's odd.
Well, now, you'll excuse me, Mr. Dorn. I think Jamie and I are going to have to get tucked in.
Sure.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Good night, Jamie. Pleasant dreams, you billionaire. I wonder where that little liar can be.
Mr. Dorn, Mrs. Swift is out. Shouldn't you leave?
Molly, can I ask you a question? Were you sitting for Jamie the day Raven's mother came back from the hospital?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I think it was.
Did you have the good fortune to meet the woman?
No, I didn't even know she was coming over.
I see. Molly, can you remember if Raven was in a hospitable mood that day?
Oh, well, I suppose that she was. I mean, why are you asking me this?
I was just wondering if Raven felt up to playing the good daughter that day, that fateful day, and whether she served her mother anything to eat or drink.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. I mean, she came way after I'd left.
It was late afternoon, wasn't it?
Yes, from what I've heard, it was.
Well, that translates to tea time in merry old England.
You'd know more about that than I would.
Raven has lived there. And I'm sure she would know that the first thing Nadine would want when she arrived would be a piping hot cup of tea with sugar to taste. What's this?
Oh, it's just a number Mrs. Swift left in case of emergency.
Whose number is this?
Oh, I haven't the slightest idea.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
Oh, Mr. Dorrance, you really think you should do that?
Molly, this could be an emergency. Well, sounds like nobody's home.
Hello, Derek Mallory.
Hello, who is this? Hello?
You want to know something? I was beginning to think we were destined to shake hands for the rest of our lives.
Well, you know what they say about good things being worth waiting for.
I just want you to care, and when people care, they want to protect.
You need about as much protection as a 5,000-pound gorilla.
That's not true. I'm weak, and everyone takes advantage of me. Look what my lawyer said. I don't have a friend in the world.
But you never seem to care about friends.
There's only one person that I can afford to care about, and that is my baby.
I know how much this trial means to you.
Huh. It means everything to me. It's my whole future.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know. It's your apartment, darling.
Who is it?
Messenger from headquarters, Chief.
Damn. Hello, Chief. I hope I didn't interrupt the pinch.